What if I told you that one of the most respected men in history, a man whose face you see every day on the $100 bill, was hiding a dark secret beneath his floorboards? In 1998, inside Benjamin Franklin's former London home, workers uncovered a nightmare. More than 1,000 human bone fragments, including the remains of infants, buried in a secret pit. Was the Saint of Liberty actually a cold-blooded killer, or was he part of something even more disturbing? Today, we go beneath the surface to uncover the forbidden truth that history tried to bury. Welcome to Epis World Tales. I'm thrilled to have you with us for this deep investigation into the shadows of the Enlightenment. Before we descend further into Franklin's basement, I want to take a moment to connect with our incredible global community. We see a huge part of our audience, about 33%, joining us from right there in the United States. But our stories are reaching people across every continent. So, let's make this interactive. Right now, pause for a second and tell me in the comments which city or country are you watching from today. Whether you're in Philly, London, or Addis Ababa, I read every single comment, and your support is what keeps these investigations alive. Now, let's go back to 36 Craven Street, where the silence was finally broken. The year was 1998. The Benjamin Franklin house in London was undergoing a routine restoration to become a museum. But as workers dug into the soil of the windowless basement, their shovels hit something terrifying. It wasn't old pipes or treasure, it was a human thigh bone. Within days, archaeologists uncovered a massive pit containing over 1,200 bone fragments. Forensic experts from the University of London were stunned to find the remains of at least 28 people. The most heartbreaking part? 18 of them were children and infants. But this wasn't just a grave, it was a crime scene of science. The bones showed clean surgical saw marks. Skulls had small circular holes drilled into them, a practice known as trepanning. These people hadn't just died, they had been dismantled with professional precision. This basement was a hidden theater of death, operating right under the feet of one of the world's greatest philosophers. To understand this horror, we must understand the world Franklin lived in. In the 1770s, medical science was desperate to learn about the human body, but the law made it nearly impossible. It was illegal to dissect anyone except executed murderers. This created a massive underground black market for bodies. Franklin's close friend and housemate, William Hewson, was a brilliant anatomist who needed a secret place to teach his students. Franklin, a man who believed scientific progress was worth any cost, provided his own basement as a sanctuary for this illegal trade. In the middle of the night, resurrection men, grave robbers, would deliver stolen corpses to their door. While Franklin was upstairs writing about the rights of man, Hewson was downstairs in the dark, cutting into the stolen remains of the poor. Franklin's silence was his participation. He prioritized the advancement of medicine over the sanctity of the dead. As we wrap up this first chapter, we have to ask, can a man be a hero if his path is paved with the bones of the forgotten? The secrets of London were just the beginning of Franklin's double life, a life that would soon take him to the spy-filled streets of Paris.
As the winter of 1776 gripped the American colonies, the revolution was on the verge of total collapse. George Washington's troops were starving, freezing, and lacked the basic supplies to continue the fight for liberty. It was in this moment of darkness that Benjamin Franklin was dispatched on his most dangerous mission. He crossed the Atlantic, not as a general, but as a master of psychological warfare. His destination was Paris, the heart of European power. But Franklin didn't arrive in a golden carriage or dressed in fine silk. He understood the power of the image. He arrived wearing a simple brown suit and a marten fur cap, presenting himself as a humble philosopher from the wilderness of the New World. The French elite, bored with the stiff etiquette of European royalty, fell in love with him instantly. He became a celebrity, his face appearing on everything from snuff boxes to clocks. But behind this mask of a simple old man, Franklin was building the most sophisticated spy network of the 18th century. He knew that every move he made was watched by British agents. His home in Passy was constantly surrounded by spies. To protect the revolution, Franklin created a massive smokescreen. He spent his days in grand salons and his nights in secret meetings. He successfully secured secret loans that would eventually total millions of livres, and he coordinated the smuggling of thousands of muskets and tons of gunpowder across the ocean. He was playing a triple game, making the French believe supporting America was a fashion statement, while he was secretly bleeding the British Empire dry.
When Benjamin Franklin returned to Philadelphia in 1785, he was the most famous man in the world. But he was also a man who knew too much. In his final years, he became obsessed with his private papers. He began destroying letters and organizing his massive archive. Upon his death in 1790, a mystery began that still puzzles historians today. Thousands of pages of his personal journals simply disappeared. The most sought-after prize is the Forbidden Journal. It was rumored to contain his true thoughts on the revolution and his most radical scientific discoveries. Why was it suppressed? Some believe it held the names of secret agents who were still active in the government. Others think it contained the truth about the bones found in his London basement. Whatever the reason, the loss of these papers was a deliberate act to protect Franklin's legacy from the shadows of his past. Franklin's true passion was electricity, the invisible fire. But in his later years, his experiments moved from the clouds to the human body. He was fascinated by the concept of bioelectricity, the force that animates life. Remember the surgical marks on the bones in his London basement? Many believe Franklin was conducting secret experiments to find the spark of life. Decades before Frankenstein was written, Franklin was exploring the boundary between life and death. He believed electricity could be the key to reanimating tissue or curing the incurable. He saw a future where science could master nature itself. Was the Forbidden Journal hidden because his discoveries were too dangerous for the 18th century? Franklin understood that the power to control life was a burden humanity wasn't ready to carry.
Benjamin Franklin died as a hero, but he lived in the shadows. Today, his face on the $100 bill watches us with a knowing smile. It is the smile of a man who kept his secrets until the very end. From the graveyard in London to the spy codes of Paris, Franklin's life reminds us that history is built on what is hidden. Thank you for joining us on Epis World Tales. If you want to uncover more untold stories, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Let us know in the comments, what historical mystery should we investigate next? Until next time, keep searching for the truth that lies beneath the surface.